Since today is Veterans Day, it's only natural that November's Hometown History takes a look at Fort Gordon. News Channel 6's Kim Vickers is live on the Post this morning. Kim, Fort Gordon certainly has a rich history.
Well, Mary, it absolutely does. It began in Augusta as Camp Gordon in 1941 as a training camp during World War II. It was named after John Brown Gordon, a Confederate general who later became the governor of Georgia and a United States senator. Two divisions that...
I think 4th Infantry Division did land in Normandy.
The 10th Armored, which went on to serve as part of the 3rd Army under General George Patton, also trained at Camp Gordon. Historian Scott Anderson says after the war, it became an internment camp for German Nazi and Italian prisoners of war.
A lot of the German soldiers, based on the conditions that they had been living in over in Europe, felt like coming here to Camp Gordon was, one person actually said it was almost like heaven compared to have been living in hell.
Of the more than 2,000 POWs at Camp Gordon, 21 Germans and 1 Italian died there and are buried in a cemetery on post. Camp Gordon became Fort Gordon in 1956, and then in 1974 it became the home to the Army Signal Corps School. Amy Tushin with the Fort Gordon Historical Museum Society says her family has a special connection to the post.
My dad was also a signal officer. He came through in the early 60s. I also was in the Signal Corps for 8 years, and I went through in the early 90s, and now my son-in-law, who met my daughter while he was attending the basic course here at Fort Gordon.
The Army established its cyber branch and cyber school at Fort Gordon in 2014. After years of worry about the installation being closed, the new cyber presence has secured Fort Gordon's future. Anderson says the cyber center's name, Fortitude Hall, has an interesting story.
Fortitude Hall was the name of one of the military deception operations leading up to the D-Day invasion. And so keeping the Germans guessing as to where we were going to land. You know, Hitler didn't know we were going to land at Normandy, and we were trying to keep them guessing. And so Operation Fortitude was the name of that campaign.
Fort Gordon was once home to the Signal Corps Museum. It had to close its doors at the beginning of 2021, and the artifacts, such as 2 Oscars and a part of the Berlin Wall, are currently being stored in Alabama. Jeffrey Foley, a retired Army Brigadier General, says the museum's Board of Advisors is working to bring those items back to the CSRA.
We've got a building identified. We're in the process of raising a capital campaign. We want to keep it here.
And Fort Gordon continues to make history. It will be renamed as part of a congressional directive that calls for renaming military bases and ships that were named after Confederate generals. For more on the history of Fort Gordon, including how famous golfer Arnold Palmer is connected, just go to this story on our website, WJBF.com. Hey, Fort Gordon, that's just part of your hometown history. Live at Fort Gordon, Kim Vickers, WJBF News Channel 6.
Very interesting, Kim. Thanks so much.